We are now live, and I'm just going to post in the groups that they can hop on. All right. Okay, we got some viewers already. Hello, everyone. Good job jumping on so quick. Perfect. Right at 12:30. All right, and they're doubling. Yay, yay, yay. I like to go ahead and just get right into it because it is like a lunch break type of call. We like to go ahead and not waste anybody's time. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to Jessie for jumping on to host our call. Thank you guys for being on. It is in the middle of the day, so it takes intention to get on, so I appreciate that. Today we got Jessie Burr talking, and I am so excited because she is phenomenal. She is somebody who has just worked her business from day one or from the day of her decision, and she's been all in. She's definitely led DFG from the front. You can always see her on the leaderboards, but you can always see her doing work. I look to her for inspiration when I'm feeling down, and she is never disappointed. She's awesome. She hosts events, she hosts calls, she puts together trainings, information for her team. That is a leader in every aspect of the word, and I'm just thrilled and honored to have you on DFG, and I'm absolutely tickled pink to have you speaking on the call today. She's going to be dropping some knowledge on how to organize your game plan for next year. So I've got my pen and my paper, and I'm taking notes, and I suggest you guys do the same. I'm going to flip it over to Jessie now. Thank you so much, girl. I'm going to mute myself, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, I hope everyone can hear me. Never done this YouTube thing before, so it's a little different. I feel like I'm talking to just Lindsay, but that's okay. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much, and please, feel free once I really get started to ask questions or message me with questions at the end. I would be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. So I wanted to talk to y'all about making an organized game plan because, to be honest, this is one of the things that I've been weak in. I am a disorganized hot mess. If you know me or have been in my office, if y'all could see my desk right now, y'all would be like, why the heck is Jessie Burr speaking about being organized? Because I am not. It's just not my strong suit. But the last year, I was working on trying to come up with some type of system to become more organized. It was on my vision board to become more organized. And again, y'all, my desk was a hot mess. So obviously it didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. But I do think that I've come up with some type of system or something along the lines of a somewhat organized system for my team for this upcoming year, and to really help not just me stay organized, but them stay organized too. So I'm going to share it with y'all. There's a few different aspects of it. So if y'all have questions, please feel free to ask me, like I said. So I'm going to share my computer screen with you all. Just give me a second. Okay. I hope y'all can see my team page because that is what I want y'all all to be able to see. Lindsay, they can see it, right? When I switch over. Yeah, okay. So this is my team page. And the first thing that I'm going to show y'all is my onboarding system that I recently just started to implement. And it's helped me become more organized really within the last month or two with my new coaches and getting them started right. So as you can see, we have this welcome to Team Florida Fit banner. I made that on PicMonkey, so you don't have to go pay someone to make your banners if you don't want to waste the money doing that. It was just easy to make on PicMonkey. So I, put it right here, click here to get started. And I have this welcome video pinned to the top of my team page. I just go over, it's a short video. It's I don't know, 7-8 minutes. I welcome them to the team. I explain what being a part of Team Florida Fit is all about, and really just going over a few basic things. And then I also tell them to go head over to the cover photo. I no longer send welcome emails to people. when they join my team. Only because I found that I personally don't check my email a lot, and I know a lot of my new coaches don't either, especially even if I say, hey, I sent you a welcome email, they don't go check it, or they don't really read through it. So this way, and this also helps my coaches or my downline coaches that might not have an upline that is building, but they want to build. So they have the opportunity to get a welcome email through our team page. So they get added to our team page, they get tagged in this welcome video, and they know to go to this welcome to the Team Florida Fit banner. When they click on it, it has the welcome email pretty much in it on the side. So it is pretty much what I would have sent my team if I was sending them a welcome email. It breaks down a few things, and then also gives them a link to our new Coach Basics group that we have every week, and then it talks about our team calls as well. So this, again, y'all, just helped my team as far as staying organized with our, getting them onboarded right. As far as another thing that I've done that has really, I felt, helped my team when it comes to staying organized. Every month I was making a team calendar. So our team calendar, I'm going to show you, looks like, let me try and find it for y'all, which actually I'm going to just show you what I've done to make this easier. So I was making a team calendar every month. At the beginning or the end of the month, I would make a team calendar, and I would pin it to the top where you saw that welcome video at. I would pin it to the top of my team page. And I was doing this every month just to help my team know when upcoming events were happening, know when our team calls were, all of that stuff. And one of my amazing teammates suggested that I make a album in my team page for the entire year of calendars. So my team has already, all their challenge groups are set for the whole year of 2017. All of our trainings are set. All of our coach calls are set. So now all they have to do to find this is go into our albums, click on 2017 monthly team calendars, and every single month is laid out for them. So I'll click on December so y'all can see. We do a new Coach Basics training the first Monday of every month. That is not going to change. We never really had a system. Like, I would get them involved in like a 5-day quick start or a 7-day quick start. But a lot of times, it would be like random days, and they wouldn't remember when they were supposed to get involved with it. So now all of our new coaches know that they have a new Coach Basics training starting every Monday, the first Monday of every month. Sorry, not every Monday, the first Monday of every month. I've also scheduled out our coach sneak peek calls. I usually try and do them every 2 to 3 weeks. It really depends on the holidays. Obviously, I wasn't going to do one this week with Christmas, so I pushed it back a little bit. All of my challenge groups are scheduled out. So when we have prep week, I put prep week on there. I put, if we have any other events, like we had a team Christmas dinner this past Saturday, that kind of stuff. I put our team calls on there. I also have a challenge group sneak peek the week before any of our prep weeks start. So this just makes it easier, again, y'all, for our team. So this, you can see January, I have, again, our new Coach Basics training starting the first Monday of every month. We have 2 coach sneak peek calls each month, our challenge group sneak peek, and then our prep week. And the best thing about this is when I made this, when I started to make the calendars, I literally just had to change the days of the week, because obviously those change each month, and like the numbers, and then I just had to change this out. But I could literally like drag and move everything else as far as like the coach sneak peeks go and my challenge groups go, and I just had to rename the challenge groups. So it wasn't like I had to like, it took less time for me to do it like this, instead of me sitting down at the end of the month trying to do it again at the end of the month. It was just easier for me to do it this way. I also put in there, when the health bet starts or any upcoming news like that. Obviously, like things like the big announcement that they made yesterday, I didn't know about, so I'm gonna have to add that in. But at least the structure of our months are already done I don't have to worry about, you know, when my next challenge group is going to start or anything like that. It's already laid out. And now my team knows, because I run my new challenge groups are ran with my new coaches. My older coaches, my coaches that have been around for a while, my builders are actually running their own groups. So this gives them a layout of when they can start their groups. They're not required to start their groups when I start my groups, but at least it helps them get an idea of like when I'm starting them. That way I base my challenge groups off of certain holidays. So I'm not going to start a group on Christmas Day, right? Or, you know, like for example, this self-love challenge group is actually based around Valentine's Day. So, you know, I'll make it Valentine's themed. I'm a big sucker for anything themed. And so I do that, and I sat down and figured out the dates, you know, around summer, around spring break, around Christmas, around those things that I know a lot of people, you know, keep in mind when they are committing to a program or committing to a challenge group. So now my coaches know that they can start their groups with that same schedule as well. And literally, y'all, it's all laid out for the entire year. I put things in there like every quarter we're gonna do, and because I was trying to do like an emerald push every month or every few months, and it wasn't working out. So what I'm gonna do now, what we decided to do, was do an emerald push every quarter, 2 weeks before any type of qualification starts. So for example, I believe, quarter one qualification period starts on the 22nd. So we're gonna start this emerald push 2 weeks before then. So every quarter we're gonna have an emerald push. So they'll know that they have, you know, not that they're not gonna wait till February to start pushing for emerald, but they'll have the opportunity to really get their coaches involved to push for emerald during that time. And it's just going to help our team stay more organized. Again, y'all, you'll probably have to add in any type that's made, new programs that are made, any program launches, but at least your core things like your new coach basics training, your coach sneak peek calls. If y'all do a challenge group sneak peek, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, you can put that in there, and then your challenge groups, right? So if you lay this all out from the start, before the year even starts, they'll know when they're supposed to be inviting to, what they have to invite to, right? It just makes it a little bit easier for you and your team to stay on track. So that is what I've done as far as my challenge groups go, getting them involved in, you know, my team page, and they can ask questions on it here too. Another thing that I've done with these calendars is anytime I get the Diamond Insider with the sales or the promotions, I screenshot it and I put it under here. I used to have it in my banner, but first of all, I don't really like the way it looked in my banner with all the promotions. I like the clean, like, welcome to the team banner part, instead of doing it as like a, oh, here's what's on sale for the month, right? So they know that they can come here and read each, you know, if they have to refer back to it, they can go to our calendar. And I'll do the same thing for January. Once we get the January promotions, I'll post it in the comments below. So it's just easier for them to find. Another thing that I wanted to mention was this challenge group sneak peek. I got this idea from Katie Ursta, I believe. She talked about on one of the surges or something, one of the calls that I listened to. She does a challenge group sneak peek 4 to 5 days before her actual challenge group starts. So for example, I'm actually currently doing a challenge group sneak peek through an event page that I ran for my challenge group. And what it is I just go, I take 4 days, 4 to 5 days. This week I'm doing 4 days since it's Christmas week. I know that obviously Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, no one is going to even really be plugged into Facebook. But I do this challenge group sneak peek through my event page where my coaches can add potential challengers. I can add potential challengers to the event page. And I just do like 4 to 5 days of giving them a sneak peek into our challenge group. So I give them, you know, information on the program options. I talk about the transformations. I do testimonials, like some of my challengers and some of my coaches go live in that event page sharing what these groups have done for them, what Shakeology has done for them. It's a good way for them to understand like what we do in our challenge groups, I show like screenshots with everyone's permission of, you know, if I ask like in our challenge group what these groups have done for them, I'll screenshot their answers and they can see, like, read the testimonials from actual challengers. It's kind of like a holding place for these people that are potential challengers. They might not sign up right then and there or this week, or maybe even for this upcoming challenge group, but you can always refer back to that group or back to that event and have, you know, you're able to pull from that list to also invite. So that is what I've done so far for this upcoming year. I'm gonna stop sharing because I think, let me double check to make sure that there's nothing else that I wanted to cover from my team page. Yeah, that's really it. It's more of like simplifying. It's more of like simplifying your team pages, y'all. Simplifying, like making it just easier for your team. That is, because I know for me, like I struggled in the beginning with like coming up with a system of when I should run my challenge groups, and I would kind of like run them whenever I thought that I should run them. And I never had a system to where, you know, I know that a new Coach Basics starts the first Monday of every month. I know that, you know, I'm going to have at least 2 Coach Sneak Peek calls every month. I know that I have a challenge group. I usually do one challenge group a month, but then prep week always starts that same month for the following challenge group. So you just have to come up with a system, and y'all don't have to do 2 Coach Sneak Peeks a month if that's not what you want to do, or, you know, you don't have to follow this exact system. But if you come up with some type of calendar for your team and you do it and lay it out now, they'll know in advance what they're supposed to be inviting to. They'll understand, you know, okay, if our challenge group starts in 3 weeks, I need to start inviting now to get those people in time for prep week, right? So it just makes it a little bit easier for them. Another thing that we are doing to stay organized, the biggest thing I thought of was our 4 vital behaviors. I want to be organized with our 4 vital behaviors. So this calendar system covers inviting, right? Because you know what you're inviting to. You have it laid out for you. You know every month when you're supposed to be inviting, what you're inviting to, that type of thing, right? So that you can scratch off the list. The next thing is personal development. So my team, I always talk to them about personal development. I always tell them, you know, make sure you're reading personal development. What are you reading this month, right? But we've never tried this, and it's something that we're going to start doing and implementing in January. We're going to do like a book of the month, where I'm actually going to add that book to our calendar so they know what book they're going to be reading each month, right? And we're actually starting this in January, the 12-week year, I believe it's called. And I asked them, I didn't just say, okay, this is the book we're doing. Like, I asked them which books they thought would benefit them most. And I know, and the reason why I have never done this before and never really had like a book of the month that we all read together was because I knew that personal development can speak to different people, and it might not speak to other people. And I told them, if this isn't something that you want to read or isn't something that you think is going to speak to you, like, that's totally fine, as long as you're reading something that's okay. But if majority of our team is reading the same book, it will help us. We can talk about it on team calls. We can figure out, you know, different people's aha moments with this book. So that is what we're going to be implementing as well. And again, y'all, you can add all of these things to your calendar, right? So you can, on the side part where there's like a little extra room, put, you know, book of the month with whatever book you're going to be reading. Ask your team, you know, to give you suggestions on books. I already told them that I would reread books if they wanted to read a specific book for that month. So, you know, that part for personal development will help you stay more organized and actually get you to read a book, right? Because I know I'm the biggest procrastinator when it comes to reading or audio listening. But this will help me stay on track with my personal development. So you have inviting and you have personal development out the way, right? Your workouts, being a product of the product, working out and drinking Shakeology is really important too. But with these challenge groups that are already laid out for you, what I plan to do is sit down, look at my calendar for the month, and decide on which program I'm going to commit to. Especially with this all access challenge pack that they just came out with, or that they're coming out with. That's going to give you the option to do any of our programs. So you don't have to go buy extra programs. You will have them all available to you. So sit down and figure out and commit and put that out there. Put it in your team page. Put it in your challenge group. Say, I'm committing to 21 Day Fix. I'm in January. And come February, I'm going to commit to quarter fours. And stick with it, y'all. This is not just going to help your team stay organized. It's going to help you stay organized to those 4 vital behaviors. And then the last thing is recognition. So I've showed this before, I think, in the past on some of my calls that I've done with DFG. But for me, I don't set yearly goals necessarily. I mean, I have a vision board that I make every year for the year, but I also break that down into monthly goals. And for me, I am a visual person. I need to sit down and see, you know, my goals every day. I need to see what I'm working on, what I need to work on. So I have this little December, like, well, I just wrote this out, December goals. But every month I change this board. So I put, you know, January goals. And I have Success Club on there. My personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. I have how many coaches I want to add to my downline for me. And then I also have like a little checklist. So I have my PD on here. It's kind of like your business activity tracker, but I physically have to like mark something off in order for me to do it or know that I still need to do it. And I have recognition on there. And what I've been doing is every single day I go into my team page and I recognize 2 of my coaches. Every single day, whether it's this person did an awesome post today, or this, you know, Ashley's rocking her challenge groups, or oh my God, Elaine's lost 10 pounds, or challenge, like whatever. It doesn't have to be about Success Club. It doesn't have to be about their business necessarily. But the more I'm doing this, the more interactions on my team page, the more my coaches are staying around. Okay. And then I also do the same thing with my challengers. I go into my challenge group every single day and I recognize one of my challengers for anything. If I notice that they last week were saying they were struggling with water and they were posting water selfies out the wazoo, this week I'm definitely recognizing them for that, right? So make sure you are sticking to your business activity trackers, y'all. Make one if you have to write it out like this. Like, do that. If you have to, if you're a pen and paper person, if you are a spreadsheet person, like whatever you need to do to stay organized the best that you can, then do that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You might try a system that doesn't work for you. But in all honesty, the reason why I feel like I've struggled to stay organized is because I haven't stuck with something long enough. I give it a month and I'm like, oh, this isn't working, so let me change it all up again, right? Whereas with these calendars, with this system that I've created with my team, within my team, it just simplifies it to where I don't need to change it. Like, if the 10-day coach training doesn't work, then I'll keep doing a training, you know, in the beginning of the month, every Monday, but at least I know, like, I might have to shorten it a little bit or change what I'm teaching, but that's not going to change. I'm going to do a group at the beginning of the month every month. I know that I'm doing coach sneak peeks. And another thing that I find a lot of people struggle with is if they schedule coach sneak peeks or a challenge group sneak peek and they don't have anyone get on it, they just don't do it. Y'all, that's a great opportunity for your coaches to practice speaking and sharing about coaching, about Shakeology, about these challenge groups. So whether or not I have one person on my coach sneak peek, or if I have 20 people on my coach sneak peek, I'm still running it because I want my coaches, and I get my coaches involved to ask them, who wants to sign up to help me run this next coach sneak peek? Who wants to help me run what is a challenge group sneak peek? Who wants to help me run my challenge groups, right? Or run this upcoming challenge group? It gives them the opportunity to learn and to be confident and to grow themselves into one day being able to do all of it on their own. So that's just what I wanted to share. I hope it helped y'all get an idea of a little bit about how I plan on organizing my team and myself and my life over the next year. And again, y'all, it's just going to help your teams. It just simplifies it for you. It simplifies it for yourself, for your team, so you know what's coming up. You don't have to like sit down and stress out about when your next challenge is going to be. It's already laid out for you. So if y'all have questions for me, like, please let me know. I know I don't think I can see questions on here, but if y'all have questions, message me, ask in DFG Diamonds or the Destined for Greatness team page, whatever y'all have questions about, I'd be more than happy to answer. That's it. That's all I really wanted to share with y'all.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I just pulled up YouTube to see if there are any questions. I can't tell if, let's see. Maybe no one has any. Okay, maybe they were too busy writing. I was. Okay, I loved this stuff. And it gave me a really good start of where, okay, I just put over here on my to-do list, okay, things I definitely want to get done for 2017. And just making that video and pinning it to the top is such a brilliant idea. Taking that text that I've had pinned to DFG and my PS group and making that into a visual, an audio where people can see me and hear me. And then putting the transcript or the welcome video or email or letter, rather, in the description of the banner. I love that. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. One thing I wanted to ask you, your 10-day Coach Basics training, do you keep the same group and just erase all the content and start reposting?
Yeah. So in my banner, in my team banner, it has the link for them to add themselves. And what I do is I don't add anyone to the group. Like, I don't accept anyone's, I guess, request into the group until a few days before our actual 10-day Coach Basics starts. So when they get tagged to our welcome video, and then I refer them to our banner, or they might get tagged to the banner because some coaches have tagged them to the banner, they automatically go in and request to join. But I don't necessarily add them yet, because if they're requesting to join right now, our Coach Basics doesn't start for another 2 weeks or a week and a half. So I don't necessarily add them, but and that gives me time once I see people are requesting to join. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go back in and erase all that stuff. I have a document, Google Docs that I have for my Coach Basics, that I have like the posts and ideas and when I need to go live, all that organized. And so I just copy and paste and post cron some stuff if I need to. But that just helps me stay organized on that end.
Very good, man. You are way more organized than you give yourself credit for.
If you would see my desk, you would think otherwise. You'd be like, oh gosh.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean, the team calendars really help too, because like I said, I was making one every month. I was doing it, but it was taking me longer to do because, you know, you start from scratch.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting down and trying to figure out, okay, like, when's my next challenge group going to start, and whereas now it's all planned out for the whole year. So I don't have to worry about doing it each month. My team can look ahead, because that was another thing that they were suggesting, like, oh, well, can you give us January's? And I was like, oh, I haven't done that yet. And one of my amazing coaches was like, why don't you just make it an album and do the whole year? And I was like, you are right. Thank you. Why didn't I never think of that, right?
Right. Well, that's why it takes a group to get it all set and squared away, because people think of different things. Phenomenal. I do make, well, I don't. My assistant makes a monthly calendar, but I think that that's awesome to just do it for the entire year. Why not? And then you can just add in those extra little things. One more question I had. No, not a question. Maybe. I asked while you're talking in my PS group, like, would you guys like to do a book of the month and read the same book of PD every month? And it's a resounding yes. So how did you decide which 12 books? Everyone just said what they were struggling with, or?
Well, we actually haven't decided past January, because I just asked them this like a few days ago. Yeah. But I was actually recommended by my mentor at corporate the 12-week year. And so when I posted that I was interested in reading it. And I asked, you know, I explained what it was about, and I asked them if they would be interested in doing a book of the month and then starting with this 12-week year, just because I know, like my girl at corporate was saying, like, it would be a great book to start the year off with. And so they all said yes. And then when we started talking more on our team call about it, I told them, I said, you know, I want y'all to give me input. I don't want to just tell you what book we're going to be reading. Like, I want y'all to make suggestions, and I would be more than happy, like I said, to reread books, because that was one of their concerns. Like, well, what if you've already read it? Like, what if, you know, someone's already read that book? And yeah. I don't mind rereading books, because I feel like you learn something else, you know, when you reread something. Something else stands out to you because you're rereading it at a different time in your life. So what I told them I would do is towards the end of the month, come like the last week of January, I will make some suggestions as far as like the ones that I've heard are, you know, the best books to read, or ask them maybe what they're struggling with most, and then pick 3 or 4 books from there. and like that would help them in those same struggles, and then we could vote on it and decide from there. So that's what I plan to do as far as that goes, but I am going to add it into my team calendar so that way they know and they can start to purchase it earlier. You know, I don't know. I haven't really come up with, I'm not organized in that sense yet, but I plan on doing it before the new year. So it was just an idea we threw out, and one of my coaches again suggested that. So we're going to try and see it work.
Can I just listen to the audio?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I have some people that, because I have people that's how they don't like to read. I like to read. I can't audio it because I get distracted and start doing other stuff. Hence why I'm not very organized in my office.
Yeah.
But I like to read, whereas I know some people like learn better when they listen. So yeah, they can like either one is fine. I guess as long as they have the audio, which is something you probably have to check to make sure if you're gonna pick one book that it has both options.
Yeah.
But
I think if you're gonna listen to audio, you need to be doing something that's kind of mindless, like folding laundry, driving a straight road, you know. Because I'm like you, I'll just start doing something else, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, there's audio playing.
Yeah.
Completely tuned it out. And Brandy's asking, is the calendar made in PicMonkey?
Yeah, so I have a template. So I got this, and I don't mind sending you all the plain template. I mean, it's in my team colors. It's gray and teal. But I don't mind if y'all want to use it. It's fine. But I have a template that I got created. Actually, I have my a new coach planner that I sent out, and I think I shared this with y'all before. But it's just and I don't even know where it is because that's how unorganized I am. It's somewhere in this godforsaken room. But it has like a team calendar within the planner. So what I did, and she sent me a digital file of it. That's how I share it with my team. So what I did was I screenshotted that calendar, and I just used that same template every time. I mean, you could probably Google calendar templates and just use that same screenshot of that calendar.
This sounds so crazy, but getting a calendar from Google is actually quite hard.
Is it?
Weirdest thing. It is a challenge to get a calendar from there. But I guess you could screenshot it. It wouldn't be as clear. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, I have mine, and I really don't mind sending. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind sending. It doesn't have my team logo or anything on it. I add that at the end, or I've added that. It's just a plain calendar. So I can, and it's empty boxes. Like it's just, and sometimes I have to add, like I screenshot one of the rows to add in the last row if it's like a longer month or, you know, whatever. So I can send that to y'all or post it in DFG Diamonds if it's something that y'all need. But it's definitely helped my team like understand what's coming up and
maybe
you can you can add the upcoming announcement. So, you know, I know that they usually do around Summit a product launch or anything like that, like put it on your team calendar. And that way, not that they'll ask you less questions, because I mean, you're still gonna get questions, but like it's on there for them to refer back to. They don't have to keep asking, when's our next challenge group? When's our next challenge group? Or when's our next coach sneak peek call? Like they know that it's in there and it's in an album, so it makes it easy for them to find.
Great stuff, girl. I appreciate it so much. And one last thing, I love how you're screenshotting the hot list or the promotions or whatever that news that you need is in that month in the comments. That's all very good. All stuff that I plan on implementing. Thank you for bringing some organizational tips to us for our new year. We really appreciate it. I especially appreciate you getting on, taking your time to share with us. We love you, and I'll see you in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me too. Thank you
for having me.
What?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Brandy Pope does say, yes, I would love the template if you could share that in the Diamonds group.
Yes, I will.
You can share it with our team from there. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, guys. See you soon.